Hey everybody, it is Jenn Hall. Today I'm going to make the Aloo Gobi. I'm going to make it the first time as a demo with you guys as well. So I'm not going to follow the rest. Well, I'm going to follow the recipe, but not fully. Because I'm going to do it all in the multi-purpose steamer. While it calls for doing the potatoes and the cauliflower in the multi-purpose steamer, and then taking the seasoning and do it in the pan and then putting them all in there, I'm just going to do it all in here. So first, in here, I am going to add the oil, so 2.5 tablespoons of oil, because what is great, if you've ever had Indian food, is you have to bloom the spices. And that's what you would do in a fry pan. But I'm going to do that right here in my multi-purpose steamer. So I'm using my 4-in-1 spoon here. And doing 2.5. 1. 2. And a half. Okay, and that is what will bloom the spices. Wait, I won't fall that down. And I'll put the whole seasoning right in here, and then just use the same spoon and make sure that the oil touches all of the seasoning, because especially with Indian spices like curries and coriander and turmeric, blooming them with the oil, frying them with the oil, brings out a whole other level of flavor. So make sure it's all out. Hey Cindy! And I'm just going to put that straight into the microwave. We have a microwave, a smart microwave with Alexa down here. So I'm going to do that. And then Aloo Gobi, one of the new products. Okay. So while that is going, I'm using our wide-shaped peeler to peel. It's a right-hand or left-hand peeler because it's sharp on both sides. I'm just not so you go up, down, up. It's super sharp. So if you're a lefty, know that this peeler is a good thing, because it's not just for one hand. If I was left-handed, that's why I'm showing you going up, which you typically don't do when you peel. I'm just peeling my potatoes. Usually, what's funny is I peel with a sharp knife just because I'm more comfortable with it, and usually I can't find where the peeler is. I don't know if you're the same, but so yeah, the spices just bloomed for a minute. Just gonna do this and put this on a plate. Call the peel so I can put them into the green bin. So this recipe is vegetarian. It's aloo. I think it's in Aloo Gobi. So I think it's Hindi is the language. Aloo means potato, and gobi is cauliflower. So whenever you see an Indian dish with aloo, A-L-L-O-O, that means it has potatoes in it. And gobi, anything with gobi, that means there's cauliflower in it. When we do Indian at a restaurant, is one of the dishes that we typically order, because curried cauliflower my family will eat. Or cauliflower with cheese sauce they'll eat. And of course potatoes. Everybody loves potatoes. So the recipe only calls for 1 potato but I'm doing 3 because my potatoes aren't that big, and we like potatoes. I also am not going to add the green peas, the frozen green peas, because I don't have frozen green peas. Hey, Kathleen. So, of course, here's my cat. He's deciding to come and help. The Y-shaped peeler is good for lefties and righties. As I can go up. Sorry. I'm just not very good at going up. I've done it with cabbage and go both ways, but that's to make like a very thin cabbage slaw. And so to peel these potatoes, dice them up, cut up the cauliflower. So I'm doing this because cauliflower was on sale, if you call it on sale, for $3.99. Hi. And at Food Basics near me. Lately, cauliflower has been like $7, $8, like it was about 8 years ago when there was that cauliflower crazy price thing. Well, at $4 I'll pay in the wintertime because, again, as I said, my family's likes and dislikes of vegetables are different than yours, you know, and so you do what works for your family. I'm just cutting these in small dice cubes. And since the potatoes were already washed, I don't need to wash them again. But we like things in small pieces. So if you like bigger pieces, you can do bigger cubes, but that's about the size of the cube that we typically like. So it can fit onto a spoon if you want to use a spoon. My family really likes using Chinese soup spoons for a lot of things. Not just for soups, because they have a bigger bowl thing. Let's do the other. And then I'll go get the multi-purpose steamer and we'll start putting these in there. So this recipe also calls for canned lentils. I actually had that in my pantry, but usually I do dry. Because dry is cheaper. I can get 2 pounds of lentils for about $2. And 2 pounds of lentils makes about a kilogram, like 8 cups of lentils. So as I said, I'm not doing it as per the instructions on the package, just because I'm doing it all in the multi-purpose steamer. So I bloomed the spices. Now I'm going to put everything in here and get the spices all going. And then I'll do the cauliflower next. So this would be a great meal with rice because of the lentils, and the rice would be a complete protein. If you don't serve it with rice, you can serve it like use naan or roti bread. A quick roti is literally flour, a bit of butter and salt, and then add water to make a dough, and then roll into balls, and then flatten it out and pan fry it in a little bit of oil. So nothing. Okay, so there's the cauliflower. This I will chop up and then I will rinse it. So I didn't do that first. But you can see literally I'm doing this right now. It'll take me a bit longer. I'm not very fast at chopping and talking. So it'll go faster when you do it at your house. Friendly reminder, if ordering by midnight, exactly. So if you order by midnight tonight, your orders will be put into a draw to win free shipping from me as a special thank you. That's the early bird draw. So it says to do 4 cups of cauliflower. Don't have anything to measure it, but okay, I'm going to do here. So put the cauliflower down. Put the green bin stuff over here. So you don't necessarily want it. You can eat cauliflower leaves if you want to. They're not going to go bad and make you sick. They're just not very tasty. So, if you're looking at cutting costs in groceries, one way to do that is to reduce your meat meals. One way I find to reduce meat meals and have vegetarian nights is to do Indian because Indian flavors really mask the flavor of vegetables, which really I find for my family helps them eat more. And everything tastes good in a curry. Unfortunately, my family doesn't like a mixed vegetable curry, other than, well, aloo and gobi they'll do. But everybody loves potatoes. Another way to increase some protein here, if you wanted to, is to add hard-boiled eggs. I know, it sounds weird. My friend, when I was growing up, was from Guyana. And she, whoops, knocked you down. Sorry, was from Guyana, and her mom would make a wonderful Guyana, like a Caribbean curry, chicken, and she'd put hard-boiled eggs in it. And I first thought that that was weird, putting eggs in curry, but now my family literally fights over the curried eggs, so I always make sure I put lots in. So you could do that with this too. Just cook up the eggs separately, and then throw it into the curry sauce to make sure that the sauce permeates the whites of the eggs. That would be probably better to do if you did it in the saucepan. But pre-start the cauliflower and potatoes in the microwave so it doesn't take as long to cook. Up. I'm not going to do the whole head of cauliflower, just most of it. And even do the stem, but make sure it's small enough, like the same bite size, because waste not, want not, right? Now I'm going to go and rinse off the cauliflower. Yep. And I'm back. It doesn't need to, because it was in the bag. Now put all in the multi-purpose steamer here. Just gonna stir it with the spices, since the spices are all at the bottom. So this will definitely make 4 to 8 servings. How many servings does the package say? 4 servings. So You could have this as its own or have other curried vegetable dishes, but the starch of the potatoes and the cauliflower is a very hearty vegetable. Serve this with some rice and maybe roti. I'm gonna get those spices out there. Now, it calls for 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, and this our teaspoon thing. So it goes into these little tiny jars. And the rest of this I will put into on a bit of saran wrap or onto the silicone sheet pan liners and do it as like little blobs and freeze them, and then put that in a baggie so you can take out, because you never finish a tin of tomato paste in the recipe. It always asks for 2 tablespoons. So then I'll have 2 tablespoons. And this is just a can of lentils. And again, I got it on discount because it was dinged. So save money where you can. But as I was saying before, I don't usually buy tinned lentils. I do for some beans, especially if I want to make a bean salad or something like that. But usually I just stick with dry, because a 2-pound bag costs $3. A tin of beans or lentils costs like $1.50. 2 pounds bags makes 10 cups easily of beans, if not more. Well, this is 2 cups. 2 cups and a little bit, 540 mils. So now let's look at the recipe, and let's okay. I'm going to cook this for 10 minutes in the microwave and check it, because what the recipe said to begin with was to cook just the cauliflower and potatoes for 5 to 6 minutes until almost tender. Then in a saute pan, heat the oil and the spices, and then add these to the pan, and then add the lentils. Oh, and half a cup of water. Almost forgot that part. So add a half a cup of water and the 2 tablespoons of paste. So I'm going to use my can and get some water. And then this way you get any of the residual lentils in there. That will also help stir in the spices. Also, these vegetables will release water to help make the sauce with the spices. Just make sure I get all of it off. I'll put the lid on and do 10 minutes. Make sure when you're doing the multi-purpose steamer that the steam holes go to the edges, not to the sides that have the handles, because that is where the hot steam is going to go. There we go. Hey Alexa, microwave 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
The microwave's going. So we have a smart microwave that has that in there. So this is one of the spatula spoons. Like, it has a little bit of a curve, but it's also great and bendable to stir it. So that's why I brought it down to stir it once I had to use this to get this out of the tomato paste can, which I just put here. So, any orders that happen in tonight, by tonight, will get put into the early bird draw, where shipping will be the prize. Also, if you book your cooking class from this cooking class, you will earn a $20 voucher to use at your qualified cooking class. Plus, you would help Cindy earn another 50% off item. And it's really simple to do. We could do a virtual cooking class like this, or we could do a hybrid one where you invite your friends to your house. I join via Messenger or Zoom or whatever, and we cook together. I would send you something to cook to show if you do not have any products or that. Something that you would be able to do and have a tasting, you know. If you were, or you could do also a simple messenger cooking class. I've participated in them, but I have not done one myself, so I would love to do that as an option. Also, I've participated into a freezer meal cooking class, and how that works is I would discuss with you as the hostess some meals that you would like to make as freezer meals, okay? And we pick some spices, we pick some meal solutions that can go with things, and we do freezer meals as part of a group. So each person would purchase their Epicure spices, and then about 2 weeks later, we'd set a date, and we all either combine virtually, or the guests combine at the hostess house, and I join virtually, and we all assemble the freezer meals together. Some the best ones would be the dump and go type, or the ones like making meatballs and stuff, but then or burgers, where you don't have to cook them now, you cook them later, another one, or like the roast beef. There's an amazing roast beef recipe. Sorry. Sorry. Now I can't see me. Sorry about that. See, I'm not perfect. I'm just a stay-at-home mom cooking meals for my family and doing them in cooking classes. Because my family will eat that either for supper tonight, because I have other stuff planned, or they'll have them for lunch tomorrow. So, and that's what usually happens during my demos, is that's usually for the next day's meal, because depending on what I'm making and when my demo is, and sometimes later in the evening my family has already eaten. So freezer meal one, there's an amazing roast beef one that uses the General Tao seasoning as a roast in a roast beef, and it's like it just tastes amazing. But there's also, if you've ever had the Mississippi roast one, where you use the peppers, the Greek hot peppers, and the ranch dressing, and beef bouillon or beef seasoning. You could use our beef stew seasoning with that, and it's amazing. But I love that, and it's a great crock pot meal or Instant Pot meal, or if you want to go old school, put it on in a roasting pan and put it in the oven. So now we're just waiting for that to cook, and then we'll see. And does anybody have any questions? What's great about me doing my business like this is that 99% of my business I do virtually. So I didn't come from my own home. Right now I'm doing it in my basement, in my den, because that's where the microwave is, because when our microwave died last year, we got a new one, and my husband's office is over there, so he's able to just go, doesn't have to go very far. and we were just used the oven and stuff upstairs. So we're getting another one upstairs because he really likes this one because it's a smart technology, so he can do it all. As he is legally blind and can't see the buttons, so it's completely accessible to him. He has the app on his phone and everything. So I do my business here. I have done some in-person cooking classes. I have done freezer meal workshops in my VIP group as well as a cooking class, and it works smoothly. The freezer meal workshops take a little bit more time and more effort, but it's worth it in the end because then everybody goes home or is at home, and they have now 4 or 5 freezer meals already done. So all they have to do is cook them. So they just throw them in the freezer, and on those busy nights, just grab one out and cook it. But I also wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't discuss of the business kit. Right now for January, it is on sale for $100. It's typically $125. It's worth $250 to $300 worth of products, and right now it's on for $100 Canadian. In that kit, you get the multi-purpose steamer, the Chef Pro knife, 4 1-cup prep bowls, the lemon juicer. Those are the tools. You get the tongs, and I think the spatula. I know the tongs. they're very handy. And then a whole bunch of meal solutions and spice jars, as well as business business material, as well as when you do join for your first month, anybody that hosts a cooking class through you, they would get a $40 booking voucher instead of a typical $20 for that first month, as that's kind of like an incentive to help people do cooking classes and have their friends help them by letting them practice on them. I've been doing this now. My anniversary for joining was last January 27th, and I was doing it to get the discount because I wanted the multi-purpose steamer. That's my thing. I'm like, multi-purpose steamer was $62 plus tax. The kit was $125. I wanted the cup prep bowls, and at the time it wasn't the Chef Pro knife, it was the scissors in there, and I really wanted those. And I needed some of the meal solutions. I didn't join just right off. I had done 3 cooking classes virtually over the past year and a half. And then I'm like, why am I spending money when I can join and get the discount myself? Why am I paying wholesale why am I paying retail when I can pay wholesale, right? On products I loved already. And then I'm like, well, I'll try and do cooking classes. I'll see how it goes. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, right? What am I out? Nothing. I've got a whole bunch of groceries and cookware that I will use. I'll eat my kit, But the kit itself has all the stuff that you can do, like 5 or 6 cooking classes with, as well as, feed your family and try products. So that is just something out there. There are many consultants that just do it as a discount. They do it for their own personal discount. They might gather orders from their friends and family, put all the orders into a cooking class once every 3 months, and they get the hostess rewards too. Some people do it as a side gig and work the business more when bills are in, especially for people. A lot of people do this business to save money for retirement, for college, university, for their kids, for making orthodontics braces payments and stuff, because those things are expensive. And then there's people that do it and it takes over their full-time job. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I put in maybe 15 hours a week, maybe, not even, doing virtual classes. I'd say about 10. And that's setting up my classes, setting up, programming the posts, and doing the demos, and feeding my family, and just eating the products so that I can taste them and then share my experience with you guys. Now let's see, it's very hot. Let's see if everything's cooked. So, steam away, never to your face. Because the last thing you want is to be burnt, being a steam burn. No, just stir this all. So this also calls for frozen peas. I don't have any frozen peas, so I'm not going to add them. If I do find a can of peas, I'd put them in at the end because they're already cooked, so you don't need to cook them. So it's not quite ready yet, because, oh, no, some of the potatoes are super soft, some aren't quite there yet. So I'll put another 6 minutes, because it did call for 6 minutes initially, and then I just want to make sure all, but look at that color, nice orangey yellow. There we go. Put the lid back on, make sure the steam holes are not towards the sides, and put it for another 6 minutes. Hey Alexa, microwave 6 minutes. That's just going now. So yeah, that was super easy, and that multi-purpose steamer holds about 2 liters worth of food in there. The round steamer is a bit sturdier. It's great. It's better for liquids, for like soups and stuff. I personally, I like using my multi-purpose steamer for everything because it's just always in use. Like, it's always being used, washed. I do have a round one, but I find where I put it in my cupboards is just not as accessible as this one. But the round one, the silicone is a little bit thicker around, so it's a little bit more sturdy for those soups and liquids. But I love doing them in the microwave. You can prep your vegetables, have them ready in your fridge, make it individual, or make a cup for 2 people, soup, with say some of the soup seasonings that we have, and pop it in the microwave for 10 minutes maybe, or put it on the stove. Our multi-purpose pot is amazing. There's the 8-cup pot and the 12-cup pot. The lid has perforated holes on it, so and a pouring spout, and the handle goes like this on the outside, so it doesn't get hot. Even though it's metal, I can grab it with my hand and not burn myself. And it's great for when you put the lid on. You can make pasta, put the lid on, and it drains out, so you don't have to use another thing like a colander. We do have a really nice silicone colander that's collapsible, which is great. Also, some people put it on top of the multi-purpose pot, and steam vegetables in there when they're doing something else. So I know somebody who's like boiling eggs at the bottom in the water, then throwing some broccoli or other vegetables on top and just steaming it, so you don't have to dirty another pot, right? Or, you know, use more energy because you're already boiling the water. So that has now just about 3 minutes left. Also, if you do want to try any of the collections, we have some amazing collections. They're new this catalog. They've changed up some of the things. There's amazing 3 weeks of meals, which literally is 3 weeks of meals. So it's 15 different meal solutions that will give you a meal plan and a shopping list for all those meals. So you could have your whole month, next month, planned of meals. There's also the Epic subscription box, which is $35, which includes shipping. It gives you 7 meals, 1 exclusive, 1 dessert, and 1 dip sample. Again, you get a meal plan, a shopping list, plus you get 3 or 4 other recipes for the products in the box. Plus, in my VIP group, which I'll be sharing the link in the group here, feel free to join anytime. I do freezer meal workshops in there for the group. You know, because I'm doing it for myself, so I may as well do it for you guys. Because I like using my Epic box. Part of them I make for meals on a day-to-day basis. Part of them I'll spend half an hour to an hour and prep all my meats and vegetables and stuff, put them into Ziploc bags or into freezer containers for the freezer, or casserole dishes if they are a casserole type of freezer meal in the freezer, so I can literally go and go, oh, I'm feeling like crap, let's go grab the freezer meal from the freezer. Because I don't know about you, but as moms, when we are sick, people don't take care of us as we take care of them when they are sick. Now, usually when I'm sick, my husband will go and call, order takeout, which is fine. That's great. But it would be nice to have some emergency meals and I'm not feeling great or don't have the energy, or if I'm really busy and I'm coming home and I'm like, oh, I forgot to take something out. I can go and grab it and cook it for supper. It's great to have all of those things. Plus, freezer meals is also a great thing to do for when meat or produce is on sale that you can use in multiple different meals. So when chicken is on sale, you can make 3 or 4 different freezer meals of chicken and have them in there. When ground beef is on sale, make 3 or 4 different ground beef meals, or make 2 ground beef meals and double them up. It doesn't take any more time to chop 5 onions than to chop 2 onions. An extra minute, you already have the knife out, you already have the cutting board out, you already have the bowl out, So it is just great to do freezer meals. A lot of our products can be made in freezer meals as a drop and go item. Some of them require some cooking involved to be as a freezer meal, like make as a casserole, like the beef stroganoff. You can do that as a freezer meal. Cook up the noodles, cook up the beef and the seasoning, pour it all together, put a saran wrap lid on it, and then tin foil or whatever, or those the lids on, or do it in the multi-purpose steamer. You could freeze it right in the multi-purpose steamer. Well, hi, Paula. The multi-purpose steamer can go in the dishwasher, it can go in the microwave, can go in the oven up to 425, I think, and can go in the freezer. So sometimes because I have 2 square steamers and 1 round one, so sometimes I'll do, like, say, the speedy lasagna. I'll do 2 of them, 1 to eat now, 1 to freeze later, and throw that other one in the freezer. I'm going to get it now. Hot. But open the lid away. See that steam? Oh, this smells so good. Stir it all up. So this is the Aloo Gobi. I don't have frozen peas to put in here, so there's just not going to be any. It says you can serve it with, when you make it, put it in your bowl, put a dollop of Greek yogurt and cilantro, if you like cilantro. So I'm just going to stir this and show you the potatoes. Are cooked just using the spoon. The cauliflower is literally falling apart here. So it is cooked. And since this is a vegetarian meal with lentils, I'm going to try. This is really good. So, it is very family friendly. So don't be scared that it's curry. Okay? Do not be scared. It's curry. It's a very mild curry. And it's a great introduction to Indian flavors and seasonings. So if you like a little bit more spice, I would use 2 of the meal solutions. Quite yummy. But there we have it. It cooked for 16 minutes. It's perfectly cooked. Has potatoes, cauliflower, lentils, tomato paste, and the seasoning, and a bit of oil. That's it. So thanks for watching. Don't forget, orders in tonight before midnight get put into the early bird draw. That one person will receive their shipping for free. So feel free to place your orders in. Check out the collections. They're a great way to try a whole bunch of different things where you only get to try one of, like the wok collection, the saute collection. There's a new air fryer collection. There's a new sheet pan collection, has new things in it. So you get to try 5 different things. And if your family likes them, then you can reorder that one. You don't get stuck with 3 of something if you just buy that one meal solution. The Epic subscription box, $35, also counts towards cooking class. Your box will be shipped at the beginning of February. So if you order now, the best deal for that is to sign up for 12 months. After 6 months, you get a $20 voucher in your email attached to your account, and on your 12th month is free. So that's a $55 savings. But you can cancel at any time. You can change the address at any month. So if March, you have your grandma's birthday. She lives in Saskatchewan. You want to send her the box. You can change your address. You can do it yourself, or I could do it on my end. Just message me. And then when she receives it, change it back to your address. Or you go to the cottage in the summertime. Change the address to the cottage. When you come back, change it to your home address. It doesn't matter. And it can get shipped anywhere in Canada. Or if you're in the States, anywhere in the U.S. You can't go from Canada to the U.S. You'd have to order a separate one for the U.S. But that's what's wonderful about it. Have a good night. Thanks again.